So the first thing I'm going to do, I literally just brought him in here, got him cleaned up. The first thing I'm going to do is what I call a connection circle. And actually what I'm not going to expect him to do on the start is connect with me. I also won't do these connection circles until they figure a few things out. One, like you saw in my first few videos with this horse, they need to learn not to run away when they're on this line, when they're in our presence. Okay. Two, they need to understand that they cannot pull away from us. They just can't do it. So what that means is they understand a lateral pull on the halter. So if he feels that lateral pull, he comes off of that right away. The third thing they really need to understand is how to come forward off of that halter. The reason I like to do, as soon as possible with horses, I like to do this connection circle exercise, is it allows them to check out their whole environment that they're going to be working in. So we're going to allow for the horse to be a horse as long as they're shying away from things. That's good feedback. That's stuff we need to know. So as long as they're not running away, pulling away, okay, they're allowed to check out the arena, and they're allowed to not connect for 5 or 10 minutes. It allows them to move their feet, and allows them to take in their environment. Oops. Which is going to give you a much better chance of actually holding their focus once it is time to start teaching them something. If you don't allow them to get out here and check out their environment and to move their feet and be a horse and look at things, you are going to have a harder time causing them to tune into you and focus when it's time to start doing something. So again, it's really important before you start doing these, what I call a connection circle, that you really teach your horse not to run away, not to push over the top of you, how to yield to that lateral pull of the rope, and then also how to come forward off of that forward pull. Okay? I get that working off of the halter or off of a feel, not your stick. Especially if you plan on riding the horse someday. All right, that was one lap around. We'll have it go the other direction this time. This is a pretty important step. Don't skip it. There's not a lot of structure to these connection circles. We don't expect them to connect on the start, but by the time you're finished, the horse is going to start to tune in and connect to you. Okay, so he's looking around at everything out there still. He's still taking in a lot of his surroundings. It's important that we allow him to do this. That's great. Again, if they're pulling away from you at all, if they've learned to get heavy on this halter, I'd skip this exercise until you go backwards in your sequence and teach them that they can't run away, they can't pull on you. Right there was a little test. He snaked his head and turned his tail toward me. I took a hold of him laterally, and he doesn't know how strong he is, so he came off of that pressure pretty quickly. I can't stress enough, you really need to have that working before you cut your horse loose on this exercise. All right, so the wind's really blowing today, which is going to be great because it's great for training. It's something you can really work through. It gives me something to work through, something extra. It gives you an opportunity to see how I might work through this. And I know we're inside, but the wind's blowing straight through the barn. So as we continue on with these connection circles, I'm starting to add an energy test. So I'm going to throw some energy behind his tail. So what are you going to do with that? If he wants to stop and face, that's fine. If he's going to reach out to me, I'll reach back out to him and make that connection. Okay, so that energy that I added was bigger than the energy of the wind, bigger than the energy of the world, which is going to work to my advantage. That's going to mean when the energy of the world's making you uncomfortable, you need to tune into me. Okay, again, energy test on this side. I'm going to swing behind his tail. Don't whack him on the butt, just swing behind the tail. Big energy test. Keep it going here. Just make sure he's settled in before you stop. I'm going to reach out to him this time. I'm going to move his feet again. He's pretty bug-eyed right there. Let's move forward. There, that's better. Oh, I was going to send him out. He started reaching for me to say hi, so I'll make that connection with him. That's better. Very good. Okay, now you do have to get out there again. You're not quite ready. You're not quite ready to focus. I can see that. Let's get you up to that trot. Let's go. That's better. There he's starting to connect a little bit better. Very good. Let's see if he'll connect with me on this other side. Okay. It's looking a little better. Energy test back here. Now I'm going to say, what are you going to do if I ask you to keep going? Energy test back here. How about you keep going? Energy test back here. How about you keep going? Energy test back here. And how about you keep going? Energy test. How about you keep going? Energy test. How about you keep going? This will be a fun little game for him to figure out. Yep, there you go. Good. So now, since he's such a smart horse, I don't want to keep doing the same thing. Because if you notice, I'm not asking him to stop. I'm just throwing some energy behind his tail. Getting him to stop there. Good. That might be the first step, if he stops and tunes in, so you can really teach that horse to connect to you. But as they progress through it, can you just throw that energy test at them and have them tune in, but otherwise not be phased? Tune into you, but otherwise not be phased by the energy. Right there, he's thinking stop, and that's fine. There. Tune in, but don't be phased by that energy. That was closer. What a smart guy. Energy test. Keep it rolling. Better. Tune in, but don't be phased by the energy. Great. What a great guy. Yep, he agrees. He agrees that he's awesome. All right, so that's the connection circle. Since he's still high on life and high on energy here, I'm going to transition this into the next exercise.